back to my channel. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Kamala Harris gives her farewell speech about an hour ago. And guess what? It sounded just like her speeches that she gave during her campaign, while she ran for her campaign. Oh, goodness. So we're going to get into that and some other things. And I just wanted to address a sub who asked, the sub asked me why I don't have more subs and that I should have maybe at least 50,000 subs, because he said he loved my channel and didn't understand why I don't have at least 50,000 subs. Okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. So me and YouTube basically came to an agreement a long time ago that I wasn't going to sell my soul I wasn't going to sell my soul to be monetized, right? So I didn't want to sell my soul to be monetized, which means if I'm not monetized, I can tell the truth, the complete truth, and nothing but the truth about anything I talk about, whether it's sports, whether it's politics, whether it's history, right? So when you come to my channel, you will hear something that you never heard before. And maybe it might turn some people off, right? Some people, I don't want to hear this. They don't want to hear it because it doesn't sound like the rest of the people, right? Remember, if everybody's telling the same story, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's unique. I don't think the people are being unique and different, right? It's kind of like a sheep mentality. So, yes, I could have been monetized, but I don't want to tell half truths. I want to tell the truth, right? And we'll kind of leave it at that, because I don't want to start taking shots at YouTubers. Hey, if they want to tell half truths, if they want to sell their soul for money, go ahead, let them do it. At the end of the day, that's just what you are. You're a person about money. You're not about telling the truth and informing the people the reality about life, the real history about life, who these people are in life. And they know they know exactly. There's certain things you got to do to basically have all these subs, to be a big channel. There's certain things you got to do, and I'm not selling my soul to do it. And they know what they got to do, because they want to make money. They might tell you they're not here to make money. Tell them to get unmonetized. I bet you they won't. So yeah, you're gonna come to my channel, and a lot of people love it because they like the truth. They like to hear stuff that they never heard before, and some of them heard it before. And there's some people, they don't like the truth. They don't like to listen to people who are unique and different. So they like to go to these other channels. You might be thinking they're talking different. They're just saying stuff. They're saying everything the same way, but they're just saying it in a different way, right? When we talk about, the rap music, right? When it first came out, it's dissing other black people. I don't care how you cut it, right? Suck an MC ain't better than me. Okay, LL Cool J was doing it. Run DMC was doing it. Kool Moe Dee was doing it. All these type of guys were doing it. This is what battle rap was. Yes, they wasn't cussing and saying the N-word, but that's what it progressed to be until it turned into gangster rap, right? And then it changed from gangster rap from the 90s into popping tags and popping bottles in the 2000s, right? But it was still dissing your own people, right? And then, it went to sing rap. The same thing. And gangster rap has been there since the 90s. They might sound different and come off different the way the music is, they're singing it, whatever, but it's still the same thing. It's still gangster rap, right? They're just more girly now in this era, and they sound like little children, right? In the 90s, they sounded like men. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You might think you're getting uniqueness from these other YouTubers, but you're not. They're all saying the same thing, but guess what? You might think they're not because they're saying it different. So if you come to my channel, you're not going to hear me talk like them. It's just not like that. Yeah. So Kamala Harris finally waves the white flag. And she basically says the same stuff over and over. She got her teeth kicked in. And we all talk about this. The citizens don't get the electoral vote. The politicians do, right? That's what votes the president in the office, not the sheep people who don't know the Constitution. So even with that, she couldn't even win the popular vote, right? So the politicians didn't even want her around through the electoral vote. She couldn't even win the damn popular vote. And what they found out through the popular vote, that men didn't want to have nothing to do with her, right? Black men didn't want nothing to do with her. Trump was winning all these states that he wasn't supposed to win. This is what I'm going to tell you. This is what I'm going to tell you. What they did was so crazy because she didn't even run in her own party to be elected as the person that was going to run in her own party. They literally threw her in there to represent the Democrats. Has that ever happened in history? She never got voted in at all. Trump ran against the Republicans in his party and won. Kamala Harris ran against nobody. Wow. And it was all written on the wall. Look, folks, this social media is a killer. If we remember back in 2020, I was like, what the hell is going on? Even Fox ran away from Donald Trump. They was not having it. They was not on his side. I was like, I never seen this. Fox News ran away from Donald Trump and didn't want nothing to do with him during that campaign, folks. Let's act like that didn't happen. They didn't want nothing to do with him. And it was mainly because his outrageous behavior around COVID, right? The country was shutting down. All these people were dying. We know what happened. We don't have to bring it back up. But maybe he would not have lost if his behavior wasn't so bad during COVID. He would... I just couldn't even believe all this stuff he was doing. We don't have to relive it. But that was one of the deciding factors why they were trying to get him out of office. He was messing with people in the Middle East, trying not to have them come back to this country after they already left, trying to, just a lot of stuff was going on with this guy. It was almost like he didn't want to win. He was pushing himself out of office, right? And the social media really wasn't like, well, social media back then wasn't like now, right? This time, social media literally destroyed and embarrassed Kamala Harris in front of the world. What did she run? I think they said she ran for 109 days, whatever, how many days it was. She got destroyed by social media. It was crazy. Who cares what the national media had to say? NBC, CBS, CNN, ABC. Nobody watches TV no more. The only people that watch TV anymore is people who don't have cell phones, access to internet, or maybe old people, right? Nobody watches TV no more. So everybody saw her being destroyed on social media day by day, by hour, by minute, for her not being able to have a plan, answer questions, simple stuff. This is a lady that supposedly went to college and graduated to be a prosecutor and couldn't even speak in a damn interview with any type of intelligence. And I can tell you what, before we move on and keep talking about this, if Trump would have not have been acting stupid at the beginning of this presidential race in the past few months, this would have been a landslide. This would have maybe been the biggest blowout of all time. because the Democrats had nothing to stand on. Nothing. There's nothing they had to stand on for the ruins that they left the United States in for the last 4 years. Right? Nothing to stand on. And on top of that, she didn't even try to find anything different to stand on. She wasn't trying to separate herself from the madness. Joe Biden, remember, she's the vice president. Vice president, they really can't do too much. I guess they can do some things, but they basically just hide, right? And she did a lot of hiding during this campaign. When she did pop up, she did stupid stuff like be the borders are and let all these people in. Look, I'm not Democrat or Republican, but these people are criminals. And they're going to be able to exit side door left and put all this inflation, all this debt on Trump. And this is what I was telling you guys. I wanted her to win so these Democrats could keep shouldering this inflation and this debt that they ran up that you're not even starting to feel and will continue for the next 5 to 10 years, folks. I hate to break the bad news. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. This is what, Fox News ain't telling you. This is what a lot of people ain't telling you. These people literally gave hundreds of billions to countries, gave billions to companies and corporations during COVID that already had money. Gave, I don't know, millions. This is what I don't get. And people's going to get mad when I say this, but why were they giving money to people, whether it's companies and corporations or just regular people who didn't need this money during COVID? Right? Why? So everybody wasn't exactly hurting for money during COVID, but their plan was to give everybody money during COVID. So billions of dollars to people in COVID money, billions of dollars in this 4-year span on illegal immigrants. Let me get to you one more again. Illegal immigrants. At one point during COVID, all these illegals was jumping the border to come get these checks. I don't know how. And Joe Biden told them, stay home. You can apply on a computer. So again, the inflation that Trump is about to take on is something that's not gonna go away or start to go away for about 10 years, folks. I hate to break the bad news. My thing is, again, they told everybody to get vaxxed. They told everybody you don't care about other people if you don't get vaxxed. You're going to lose your job if you don't get vaxxed. All this stuff. And then they let in 12 million immigrants, unvaxxed, didn't screen them for backgrounds to see if they was drug dealers, murderers, killers, rapists, terrorists. Didn't screen them for any diseases. Because that's what we do when we got a Department of Immigration for people who come and do it right? Told the Border Patrol to stand down and let these people just walk in. So if you go look at how much we pay Border Patrol a year, which is in the billions, what is that? So you just stole taxpayers' money, but you were still able to pay Border Patrol billions of dollars in the annual budget. This is criminal. These are criminals, right dead in your damn face. So again, these people get to exit side left, breaking the law, letting all these people in, murderers, killers, rapists, terrorists, people with diseases, and giving them, hey, check that out, giving them money on top of that. That's crazy. Didn't even know who they were. Handed them taxpayers' money. Money that you got to pay back through your taxes and inflation now, tomorrow, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, all this money they gave these countries, and you got to pay that back today, tomorrow, next month, in 6 months, in 5 years? This is not a Democrat and Republican thing. It's not about Democrat and Republican. These people are straight up criminals. Criminals. The question is, when is the jail cell gonna open and put these criminals in there? That's the question. That's the question. I don't give a damn if Trump did this. I would be saying the same thing, because I'm not a Democrat or I'm not a Republican. I know what time it is. Okay? Another thing was her being exposed on social media as not even having a black Jamaican grandmother. She got exposed. Candace always did her genealogy and her grandmother isn't even black. Turns out even Judge Brown exposed it. Her family exposed it. People who went to college around her family. Her and her father, they're Indian, Jewish, and Irish. Indian, Jewish, and Irish. And this woman is walking around saying she's black. That's the old saying. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black. Which means it's just cool to be black, right? The Jamaican people should be offended. In her family, her lineage, her heritage in Jamaica, these people were some of the biggest slave owners in Jamaica. They were so big of slave owners that they named a town after them. That's how much money they had. And when slavery was abolished, they got even richer because the Jamaican government had to repay them their money when they abolished slavery, because they freed the slaves. So they got even richer. Look, folks, I don't even know what to say. I really don't even know what the hell is going on. And the fact that you have NBC, ABC, CBS, and CNN all against one party. That is nuts. They're all against the Republican Party. And if you basically took out one thing against the Republican Party, you probably had nothing bad to say about them. And it's the abortion, right? I don't really want to talk about this because nobody knows what the hell is going on. I think abortion started in 1947, right? And it was for a Christian nation, Christian people, it was unheard of for you to abort a child. Now they're aborting children who are literally alive, killing them while they can feel it. These are the Democrats. Their whole pitch to abortion is what? Every single time a woman being raped, gotta get abortion. A woman kind of like had a miscarriage or something didn't go wrong, gotta abort the baby. So that's basically their two pitches. Other than the other one, a woman should just be able to have abortion, period, regardless. Well, the fact is, they don't tell you how many hundreds of thousands of babies that have been aborted since abortion started in the 1940s. And how the black community has aborted more babies than any other race, and sometimes double other races in America, in the United States. To me, you shouldn't be able to abuse it. And if you feel like you was, well, I ain't gonna say if you felt like that'd be ridiculous. But if you was raped or you're in a miscarriage type of situation, yes, you should be able to have abortion if you want. But as far as the people who's having abortions just because they don't want to have a children, okay, that's a different story. Every woman has their own rights, but there's women out here who have been doing this again and again and again and again and again, and that's what's been going on for decades now. So it's even deeper than what we're talking about, but I won't even get into it because people be like, there's no way. But just remember, these people are aborting babies alive while they feel it. While you literally, if somebody was killing you while you were alive, that's what's going on. That's what they're doing to you, because you got to remember, everybody comes through the same way. So they're pretty much killing you. Imagine you didn't have a chance to live because they had to kill you. You just died. And this is basically a lot of genocide going on here. If we want to be real, if we go back and we look at census records, I don't know, in the 1700s, 1800s, and early 1900s, the average family had 8 to 12 children per household, and sometimes even more, maybe 16. You know what it is today? You don't want to know what it is today. You see what it is. It's 1 to 2 children per household. That's genocide. However you want to cut it, it's genocide. And I'm not trying to say that's all through abortion, but yeah, abortion has played a big part in a lot of that. And a lot of women will be like, I can't support that baby by myself. Why can't you? Well, because it's a thing where women wanted all these rights, right? And it showed you that women were being abused because they sat at home and they took care of the children. They paid their bills. They paid the bills. They made sure the children went to school, did the homework, got home from school safe, was a house mother, did chores around the house while the father worked, and was able to support the house on one income. And then the woman's movement, like this Kamala Harris, these were the type of people that were out there that saying women, remember the pumping the fist, the woman with the, what was that ad? She's like real strong with the fist ball and all this stuff, showing women how to be tough, right? And that women need to be out there working, and they're not a man's tool and all this stuff. So what that was is to get the woman outside the house and get her working. That way, Uncle Sam could have more taxes. And a woman, guess what? Now she's going to work. And the same stuff she used to do. Cook, clean, wash the dishes, do the clothes, pay the bills, get the kids ready, make sure they did their homework. She's still doing it. But now she has to work. So now you just got a robot and a pissed off wife because the husband ain't even fixing help out with half that stuff. Right? So it was just a trick to get women out there in the job market so Uncle Sam can get more taxes, so the man and the woman will be at odds with each other, and so they can raise the cost of living. Because now, what do you pay for? If you're paying an apartment, maybe it's like $1,200 a month, right? Say it's $1,200. You know what they base that on? 2 people living there. Even if it's a 1-bedroom, 2 people living there. That's what they base it on. They're not basing it on 1 person living there, because if 1 person lives there, if 2 people live there, they're going to make off real good. So they always base it on 2 people. They base it on a couple. So if you're out here and you're by yourself, now you're paying rent for 2 people. You're buying food for 2 people. These things are for 2 people. Even a car. They base it on, you buy the car, brand new car, is based on 2 people. Because 2 people can generally always make it in this society. Right? The immigrants do it all the time. They come over here, they don't know any damn English. The man goes and works a blue collar job, and a woman should go work in like a factory or a restaurant or a grocery store, and they're doing good. They got $10,000 in the bank. They got 2 nice cars. They don't have to be like brand new. They They got a nice house. As long as you got two people, you're more likely going to make it. And that's where they found out if they put American people at odds with each other, they win. They win. Because there's no way in this damn world you'll ever make it by yourself. Because everything is for two. Unless, you make a lot of money. You make good money. You can make it on your own. But literally, if you won't have nothing, no, I ain't going to say you won't have any worries. But if you want to have less worries, you need two people. And if you make okay money, good enough money, whatever, your wife can stay at home. She don't have to be out on the streets. I'm not saying that's for... Look at Asian people, Indian people, Arab couples. How often do you work next to a wife? Rarely. Rarely do you see another man working next to the wife of an Indian man, an Asian man, or an Arab man. They ain't having it. That's how messed up American culture is. So while your wife is at work, there's always a dude want that chance. Always trying to make her feel good, hype her up. How you doing? Know all the right things to say to her. Because he can't wait for one day to get that chance. I'm trying to tell you, this system is screwed up. Well, I mean, my solution ain't women stay at home now. It's too late now. It's too expensive. You need two people now. But what I'm saying is, you do need two people now. But it was these people like Kamala Harris. I mean, no, she wasn't back there at that time. But these type of people that wanted the woman out of the house. So now you got to pay for daycare. All this nonsense hasn't did nothing good for the woman, really. She's just more of a pissed off robot. She doing, like I said, she does the same thing she used to do when she didn't work. But now she has to work on top of that. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. There's stay-at-home moms that love it. But you'll have women, I couldn't imagine staying at home. I would be out. It's the most ridiculous thing you ever heard. Not that you're at home behind bars. You don't have a car, nothing like that. No, you got responsibilities to do. To keep everything right, the family right, the house right, everything right. And the man pays the bills. This whole women rights movement is just ridiculous. Every husband didn't used to come home and beat up the wife. All that's ridiculous. That's TV stuff. It's TV stuff. So yeah, they're out of here. The criminals, and I didn't go around rubbing it in anybody's face who was a Democrat that supported these criminals for 4 years. Just left it alone. But I'm just trying to, this is who these people are. They're criminals. And we'll see in these coming years, the criminal inflation. I just keep trying to tell people, this is nothing. This is nothing that you're seeing right now. I'll be shocked. Another thing is, before I get off of here, I don't agree with what can go on in the future with Trump. Now, he won this thing by a landslide. If he would have just shut up at the beginning, they had nothing to stand on, right? He would have even won by the biggest landslide in history, right? If he would have just didn't say dumb stuff, because these criminals had nothing to stand on. And it would have just been out of control. But one thing, they blew out the Senate, they won the House, he won the popular vote, blah, blah, blah. They got total control of the Republicans. What I don't agree on is how these criminals, these Democrats, let all these people over the border, right? Imagine a president and a vice president telling you you can break the law. Not only can you break the law, you get paid for breaking the law. We're going to set you up good when you get here after you break the law. Now, Trump is talking about sending these people back. I don't agree with that. Because they did what they were told. It was food across the wall. And they was told, come eat this food. They didn't do nothing wrong. You can't send these people back home. It's the time, the effort, the money, all this stuff wasted by sending these people. It's ridiculous. I don't agree with them being here. It's ridiculous. But you can't send them back. Like I said, it's too much time, effort, everything like that. And too much money spent. You're going to drive up more debt and more, it's going to be all this frustration going on, all this stuff, separating families, all this stuff. You can't do it. I don't agree with that. So as much as I talk about, illegal immigration, all this stuff, it's over. You can't leave these people alone. They didn't do nothing wrong. They did what they were told. If you want to do what's right, you convict the convicts in a criminal, or you go after the criminals that invited these people here that broke the law. The Democrats. That's what you do. That's exactly that's what you do. There's no way out of it. If you want to pursue them, you got to pursue the ringleader, right? The leader. That's what you can do. So I wasn't going for Trump. Like I said, I didn't want him to win. He's going to shoulder all this inflation. Yeah, it's not going to be good. I don't see a good outcome for Trump. These criminals, these Democrats, gonna exit left and be laughing at Trump trying to figure this thing out for 4 years. People didn't really never said nothing about that. They just wanted these people out of office, right? And I understand. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of this. I hope we never have to see Kamala again, who would have been the first transgender president, allegedly. That's what people say. I'm not trying to be funny. That's what people were saying. Look at the stature of this person. So you guys tell me what you think, man. That's why I said, if you want, when you come to this channel, you ain't gonna hear the same stuff as on another channel. Yes, they might be talking about sports and politics and history, but they're not gonna tell it like this. I don't want to be monetized. I don't care about none of that. So if you're not monetized, they're not gonna push your channel out there, right? For your views, which is good to me, because I only want the people that need to hear this, right? I don't want all these people coming in my comments like other people being rude, and I really haven't even got that, right? From any of my videos. There's not people coming on here calling me names, being rude, saying all this stuff, because I get the people who I need to get that need to hear this information, right? A lot of people get a whole bunch of people that don't even like them. So you guys tell me what you think. Until next time.